good morning.
Good morning.
So we're back and it's another windy day.
Yeah.
We just don't get a break from the wind. Unfortunately, as you know, the last microphone we bought broke down. We don't know why. They got sent back to Amazon and I'm waiting for some new ones. So hopefully the wind is not going to make too much noise. Today is Operation Shed. We need to set up this shed because it would be nice to have somewhere to sit, have a cup of tea away from the wind because it does get to you. We've got a lot of old furniture we've kept when we moved in the attic, so we got it all down, an old table, old chair, old shelves, so we need to set it up. First of all, I've bought one of those space blankets to put on the roof, and we're still debating whether we put it on the wall or not, but it's to make it warmer, to have it more insulated. It's going to be interesting cutting it in that wind.
Yes, it is.
But I'd like to set up the shed to then carry on doing our little terrace here, because I do have a folded table and folded chairs for us to sit, not in that wind, but anyway, for us to sit outside. So this is what I bought. White on the outside, silver on the inside. Well, I hope it's not all silver, because that wouldn't look very nice, would it? I hope it's white. Well, anyway, we're going to start with the roof. Not sure I'm going to want it on the walls, but we'll see. Having protection from the cold would be good. Also, I have siliconed every joint between the wood planks.
Everything under the sun.
In the shed. My brother told me to do this, and it was a great idea because nothing is coming through. I used to live in a very small cottage, and this table was brilliant. I bought it years ago in IKEA. This one's going to be perfect for the shed. It's not too big.
Nanou,
Yeah.
it's silver on both sides.
Oh, right, it's a ceiling only then. We're going to staple it on.
There.
Oh wow, that's thick. All the bricks and it says lines, look. Just follow the line.
So it's exactly the right size.
Brilliant.
In there.
But that's fine.
Yeah,
Does it fit in just?
just in.
Hang on, does it fit all the way through? This is fitting just right. I'm definitely not having all the walls like that. Didn't go in, did it? You sure we got a staple in there?
Yeah, I wonder. That's got in.
Good.
There.
Because it's always windy here. I'm thinking that wall maybe will have to be silver.
That will.
Yeah, it'll look a bit weird, I know, but just having one wall, would that be, well, at least under the window, let's do that panel anyway. But it's because we've got so much wind here. What do you think?
Yeah,
It's actually surprisingly warm here.
it is, isn't it? Too far over that side.
It's going to bring some light, being so shiny, isn't it?
Yes. It's good, doesn't it?
It does. You see this gap there? This gap, I filled it with silicone inside and outside, but it's still quite a big gap. So I think in this little rectangle here, because it takes so much of the wind, we are going to put a little square of silver there. But as you can see, look, every gap we've put silicone in, and it's really helped keep the place warm. We've done under the window. It doesn't look ugly, to be fair. So we are wondering of doing this panel and that panels, because the wind always comes from this way, just to keep it warmer. It's like what they put in freezer bags, or you know, those sandwich bags. I suppose it will also be cooler when it's very hot.
Absolutely, keep the sun out, yes.
Because it's quite thick. It's great stuff. I bought it on Amazon. Look, it's very clever. So it's stuff like that And inside they got like a stuffing. Can you see? A little white stuffing like you put in soft toys and blankets. So clever stuff, very light, very easy to cut, and the fact it's got line this way and that way make it, you can cut it straight. So this is what it looks like. It's not too bad actually, is it?
No.
It's not too bad. So the shelf I would like above.
Something like that.
Yeah, just under the roof, that's a good idea. It's not the brightest day, so poor Grinch is struggling to see. Luckily all those tools have got little lights, which makes it easier. But yeah, it's looking very cute. It goes so well, the varnish of the shed, so. And even with the door open, it's warm here, isn't it?
Yes.
It's lovely. It's a she shed. I don't want tools here, it's too nice. I want it as a tea break shed. And again, Grinch is showing a lot of skills with the wood and the machines. He's never done so much DIY in his life.
I don't do DIY.
You do now.
I watch rugby.
It's not just a shed. It's my little hideaway from you.
I thought I was going to live here.
No! Wreck it. I'll bring the little Hoover. Oh, that looks good.
It's a shed. It's not the big hoovering.
It's not just... What do you mean it doesn't need hoovering? I am not having it into a mess. You've already made a right mess in the garage. You're not making one here. Right, we need to find that carpet. It took us forever to find the carpet because Grange put it somewhere I saw he put it. Never mind. He's gone back to get the chair and the shelf that we have spare. This table is heavy. Wow. Okay. This is before IKEA did them extra light. Put this for the floor. It's a mat you get for front door. But I managed to find one that's nearly 6x4. And I thought it'll be ideal. So it gives us a soft surface, but it's plastified underneath. It's looking a bit wider than the shed. We'll see. I hope it is the right size. 6x4, I suppose that include the walls. I didn't think of that. You always think you have a good idea and then it never turns out the way you think. Do you get that? It's gonna be snug. Yeah, it'll do. It's tight, but it'll do. No, I'm happy with that. That's the shelf to put on the floor. It would be great if it went in there, but I'm not sure. You're joking. Does it fit just right? It was made for it. How lucky is that? I never thought it would. Yeah. Look at this. We did not measure that shelf, and that's a shelf we had in our old house that didn't fit in the bungalow. And look, it was made for the shed, wasn't it? Do you want to see the little table and chairs? So the table I had from a set I bought in France when I was in my little cottage for the garden. The chairs were very flimsy and went a long time ago. But when Grinch has done my little patio, look here darling, this is my dream. That's a foldable table, which is nice and solid. And then on eBay, I found 3 lovely wooden chairs. Look at those, that folds. And there is 3 of them for the 3 of us. Well, it was the 3 of us. But look. Ta-da! It's comfy actually. What do you think?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good, isn't it? And then, because I still don't trust anyone could just help themselves, we'll put them back in the shed.
What are you doing in here?
Just trying to find a better way of doing this. Nice chairs, but they do take a lot of room, don't they?
Yep.
It's not much better, is it? Not really.
It is, because it's that is better. You're taking up less room.
I've got into mind of buying one of those big trunk there, like that.
Oh, the plastic ones, yeah.
Plastic one, and maybe move that move that compost bin to the other plot.
You mean that one full up? Move the one that's full up, that's got all the compost in it. The one that's composting.
Yeah.
Really? 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 Really?
I think we're going to buy one of those and put it here.
Right.
Which means we need to move this one into over there. Which makes sense. I'm wondering if not having the compost next to the shed makes sense. Because, you know, it's like dinner for rats. If we have it on the other plot, that's dinner away.
Okay, Nanou, what are we doing now?
I think we're going home.
Are we? Oh, okay.
Oh, unless you want to do some manure. Do you want to do some manure? Look at your face. I've sowed some broad beans and I've sowed some onions. But I wanted to do a lot more sowing than that. And the reason I'm not doing sowing is because we're too busy at the weekend. And during the week, I come back from work and it's getting dark. And I wanted to do a lot of the sowing in the polytunnel. But it's just too dark still. I've decided I'm going to have to do some sewing at home and then take it with me after they're sewn to the polytunnel. Come on then, come next to me. Hang on, I've prepared all my labels, don't play with them. It's not for Kitty, you know, I don't want you on the table. They're not treats. I'm going to have to give him a treat because he's going to be a pain. The trouble is, his treats are very similar to seed packet. Okay, those are your treats, but that's all I'm giving you. That's all I'm giving you. Here, Susan, there. And now's the day of rain, but look, it's my favourite time of the year. This is where, every time I go shopping, I can buy a bunch of daffodils for £1. I just love them. They brighten the house. Grinch is putting back the lock. This is a new lock. Goes through in there from the council. And they require that once you're in, you have to lock it. We're having a problem with the manure. So, whoever was driving on our plot was not the manure people. I thought it was, it wasn't. Because my plot neighbour has explained that they haven't been all winter. The man from the council that cuts the grass has been complaining that when the manure people deliver manure, they do tire mark and ridges on the ground, which makes it difficult for him to cut the grass. So the lady at the council told the manure people to not deliver during winter. So they haven't delivered all winter, which I hadn't realised. So the piles that were there were from autumn. And furthermore, the guy at the council that cut the grass has also started saying, manure here, please. He doesn't want it here. So anyway, whoever was delivering manure has stopped coming. Supposedly we've got an allotment rep, an old gentleman that's here. has told the lady at the council, no, we need the manure, especially at this time of the year. So she has contacted the manure guy and said, you can deliver again. And there is a new lock on the gate and he's got the number, but he hasn't come back. So it looks like it was getting too complicated for him. He probably thought we were ungrateful, so he stopped coming. So we've come because, as you can see, the piles that were there, it's all gone. Everybody has covered their beds. So it's been completely scraped away. A lot of people have hidden some manure, as you can see. So we need quite a lot of manure for the plot. There is a little bit left over there, which is what we were using. So Grinch and I have come, while the rain has stopped for a little while, to cover as much of our new plot as we can with the manure. This is the only thing we were getting is manure. We don't get wood chip, so I'm already struggling to find wood chip. Now I'm gonna have to find manure. I have found someone who has horses around where we live that advertise for free manure. It does mean that Grinch and I will have to bag it up, put it in the car in our little Panda and bring it to the allotment. I also need to find out why my garlic is so yellow, as you can see. So the onions are fine, the garlic is quite yellow and pale, so I think it needs feeding. As you can see, no one has driven, even the bit that I've given them, they stopped going on it. The poles were obviously needed as a visual marking. I better spread some cardboard because we are on a timer. Grinch has got his rugby he wants to see, and I promised him we'll be back on time for this.
So I don't know if you can see from this angle. I think the camera doesn't give a good idea, but there is a reasonable amount of manure left, but considering that's all there is for the whole of the allotments, the likelihood is that's going to go very quickly.
Here must have been a pass. They still got membrane and they still got stones. We probably gonna have a pass that's sort of still around here, so having the stone underneath is fine. For now I am just covering it just to kill down all this grass that was all among it. So to kill it down, also to feed the ground, and then as we recreate the path, I can always move it on each side, the manure. Having the stone underneath is good, but I am going to remove some of the biggest one. This needs to be removed, so Grinch's gone to get the fork. So that's what it was on the ground. I think we got quite a few of those, the brambles. So yeah, not great. No. I am going to remove this because that's plastic, which means it's not letting the water through. That's no good to me. At least what we use is membrane. It lets the water through. That's a big difference. Grinch has done amazing. I think the idea of having to put manure in the car put him off. So he's desperately trying to collect as much manure as he can. So you can see where it's dry and where it's fresh, everything we've done. The idea of you putting it in the car is putting you off, isn't it? It's the smell.
It's bad enough, the wood chip or the
all the soil.
Compost.
Yeah. Yes, it's
going to be infinitely worse.
That is a shame that they've put this man off, actually. Look what I found. I've just bought one, of course. It looks like we have got a rhubarb. I didn't know that, and it looks like it's a large one. There were so many weeds on the plot. I didn't know there was a rhubarb. I don't want it here. So I'm afraid, Grinch, I have no idea how deep a rhubarb goes, but it's big. Grinch. I'm going to say to you something.
What? Oh no.
No, it's not oh no.
Oh no.
Okay,
Yes, it
maybe
is.
you're right.
It is an oh no, isn't it?
No. When you're covering this thing with manure, I know I'm not doing the wheelbarrow, but spreading it is heavy.
Yes.
Collecting stone is hard
Yes,
work.
it is, I know.
And well, while I'm looking at what we've done, it looks like we've worked non-stop. And when I see what they left, okay, you were right. Maybe it's a little bit bigger than that. Maybe the plot is bigger than that. In my mind, it was smaller. I'm starting to regret it now. We probably could have done with a smaller size. Oh my goodness. It's funny, when you look at it, it doesn't look that
No,
big.
it looks huge.
It doesn't.
It looks huge.
But when you try to cover it with cardboard and manure, oh my goodness, it is big. Because that's only a third we've done. Actually, I'm not even sure, a quarter. Oh,
No, we've done a third because
done a
it's
third.
wider.
yes, it's wider here.
It goes thinner.
It's thinner there.
That's why you thought it was small, was because at that end it's
I'm always looking at it that hand, but now I'm looking at the manure, I'm thinking, oh my god, it's a lot bigger than that.
Yes. It's huge.
It's not huge,
It's
but
huge.
it is hard work. We'll be alright,
It's huge.
It was a tough week at work, it was a tough week in the general, and facing this is like... So it's a beautiful day, or certainly a better day today. Clouds a lot clearer, we've got a bit of sunshine. We just got loads of cardboard from Rara. Grinch is removing the sellotape, aren't you?
Yeah.
And we're going to try to cover as much as we can with the manure. And then we've got a few things to finish in the shed. I'm still collecting some of the stones. I'm slowly filling up loads of bags, but we'll use them just to level where the bench is. We'll use them, and under the bench we're going to put some of the plastic squares filled with gravel, just to keep it off the wet. This was the plastic I removed yesterday. I've got more plastic. Been setting up the shed. I managed to dig up this shelf to have an extra shelf. I managed to dig up this one to put the little gas heater. But Grinch today is going to put this one up for me. And we're going to have it at the top. Shall I move the kettles maybe? Maybe. This shelf I used to have in Fluffy Nursery. Do you remember? That was above his changing mat. I used to have all the talcum powder and everything in there. And now it's been recycled inside the shed. Funny. That's a cute board. Isn't it? What do you think? Do you think them two, because they go well with the kettle? Look, the kettle will be here. And I see the flower look well with it. What do you think?
Yeah, okay.
And then this one here.
Okay.
Yeah, they go together. Maybe the willy boots here. And the flower here.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Or the other way around. No, flowers here. It'll cheer up the walls. What do you think? Instead of being brown.
There?
No, that's too low. No, I meant be closer. No, not closer to the shelf. Yeah, there. Oh, hang on. Let's have a look again. No, that's too... no, a bit more. Bit more. Bit more. Yeah, there.
Okay, next one.
So that goes on the other side.
There?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah, that's lovely. So I've now asked Grinch to put a little screw to put this one, so when the doors open it looks nice. Ta-da!
Is that the last screw?
I think so.
Is that the last one? Can I put it away now? Are you sure I can put this away?
I keep telling him it's finished, and then I remember I've got something else. But look, at the top, we've put a little light that we had. So you just pull it. They're from IKEA. I'm sure everybody knows them, but you pull them. So that's practical. Fancy a cup of tea?
Desperately.
First one at the shed.
Oh, please.
I need to go and get some water. Let's get some water first.
It's easy.
It's easy, is it?
Yeah.
What?
Is the taps on?
Oh, you're joking.
We can't do it.
We can't do it. We've got no water.
There's no water.
I didn't even think of taking water. The taps aren't on, are they?
They're not on until March. And I'm not drinking from the water that's stored.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. I never thought of water. I brought milk. Do you want milk? That was supposed to be our first cup of tea. No. I didn't even think the taps aren't on.
The taps aren't on.
I didn't bring water. No cup of tea. Oh, we can't try it. I never even thought of bringing water. So we're stopping the manure there. We're leaving some for whoever might want some. There is still some plenty left, you said, didn't you? So there is still plenty left. But the main thing is I wanted all the ground with all the root trees, where all the trees have taken all the goodness. I wanted it covered with manure so it enrich all the ground here again, especially when we're going to plant all the fruits. There is some goodness back in the soil. It's going to do it good as well for the fruit trees that have been neglected for a long time, to have some goodness to feed on. We didn't put any manure under the bench, obviously, and we've just discovered that this, I thought it was grass. It's not. It's another ant nest that Grinch is breaking up, so the ants either get eaten by the birds or move on, basically. This section we can cover with membrane and let all these break down and bring goodness back to the ground. So we can let that rest, plant the raspberries, maybe plant a couple of the fruit bushes we do want, but let the rest and break down. So then we can tackle this. So that's the plan. Look at the sunshine, isn't it lovely? So I've cut the little tablecloth. I found a far nicer little bin that sort of go with the kettle. And looks so inviting. So everything's set up and I've brought some water. It's all done. Cleaned the shelf, put the glasses and the tin of biscuits and the milk jug and the sugar pot. I've bought on Amazon lovely spoons. Look, it's a fork. So there's 2 forks, 2 little spades that way and 2 spades that way. I just love them. Perfect for the allotment. I don't know how practical those are going to be, but hey. It's not about practicality, it's about what it looks like. So yes, all organised, but I'm thrilled with it. Just thrilled. It's lovely. It's really worked out. The great thing is I've got extra storage for the few more things I want to bring, which is good. I've got extra storage if, you know, I want to start keeping a journal. In fact, I've started taking notes. It'll be lovely to do the journal here, and I've got extra room to put things away for that. You know, pencils and stuff like that. So that's good. Brought a few of my books to use or read on the plot if I want to. And I've just changed the pot there and put some violas. That's the shed, and it's looking lovely. For a small shed, I think we've done well. With the shed, it works. Even if it's tiny, it's still really lovely and cozy, isn't it? Anyway, we better go. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon.
Bye then.
Bye.